This music is a vibe. Yeah, like jazz. This is really good. This is, I think it's called noir jazz or something like that. And I think I got it suggested. Yeah, jazz noir. I got it suggested because I recently watched Spider Noir, so that's probably why I have it on my recommended. You know what's interesting today? I'm just gonna open this like some Spidey influence I see. Yeah, I watched a couple of like interviews from Nicolas Cage. I don't think I've ever seen a movie where Nicolas Cage acted, which is pretty interesting. So this is my first time like watching him, but I know like he's a really good actor. I just didn't know like maybe how much, I don't know, in the show he had his touch, you know what I mean? It's like, it feels like there's like the Spider-Man movie or any of the like the superhero movies or any other role, it doesn't have to be a superhero movie, and kind of like the actor is like trying to adapt to the character, you know? With Nicolas Cage and Spider Noir, I think it feels like Nicolas Cage gave the characters some of himself, some of his like his style, and I really admire that. It's beautiful. I don't know how you know I can explain it more better, but it's just kind of like a feeling thing, and I really like it. Okay, I'll talk about whatever I wanted to talk about next time. It can wait. All right. Oh, this is a vibe. I will just shut up and keep drawing and just listen to this. Also, I had this little glitch thing in Photoshop where I would just like move the canvas like this and it would just like slide away, and sometimes when it slides away, like it kind of like freezes and it bugs and glitches and I can't do anything else. That doesn't happen anymore. I disabled the kind of like sliding away thing and now it's cool, which I'm very happy I encountered. Hello, Pengy the Pingu. Nice. How's your day? It's been nice. It's been nice. I practiced, and I'm kind of like Doing what I can. I went out today and I grabbed myself some ice cream, which is also nice. It was kind of like a little reward towards the end of the day, so that was cool. But yeah, that was it. Regular old day. I guess I don't take much to be happy, I suppose. Grab me an ice cream cone, a good old walk, somewhere nice. Yeah. A good talk. I think I'm good. I'll be good for like the rest of the week too. Sounds nice. It is. I got a yogurt framboise. What's framboise in English? Berries? Like these red berries? I got like a yogurt kind of like flavor. It's nice. It's not what I usually go for. Usually I go for like sugary kind of like flavors. This one was a bit sour. Raspberry? Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I do love me some framboise. Yeah, I mean, as a fruit, yes, but like in ice cream, most of the time I go for like the sugary kind of like ice cream. Also, guys, it would be nice if you guys like keep an eye on the copyright of this music. I mean, I found it on YouTube. Like, it's a playlist and it's on YouTube. But I don't know. Sometimes the copyright would hit. I used to like chocolate. I like a lot, but I got tired of it and now I like vanilla. Nice, vanilla is good. I don't like chocolate in ice cream. I like it anywhere else but in ice cream. I mean, I don't hate it, but I would not go for it. My mom froze framboise and I found a really yummy thing with it. Where I kind of crush it in a mug together. Well, a bit of sugar and some... Ooh, with a bit of sugar and some lemon juice. That's like so plain. Ooh, nice. I like that. When the first, like, the moment I read like you crush it, I read crush it and mug and like raspberries. I imagine you just like taking the bottom of the mug and just like going going ham on the table, just like crushing it. But I've always been loving cookies and cream. Ooh, cookies and cream, nice. Okay, nice. Thank you. Just use a spoon to crush it, okay. Actually, it's not a really good idea. The strong sweet and sour was nice. I did put a ton of sugar, maybe. Oh yeah, but I kind of didn't regret it. If I'm eating like something sour, probably I would make sure to add a lot of sugar, which I don't think it's the healthiest. I'm not proud of it, to be honest, personally, but I'm not too much of a sour kind of guy. I mean, to be fair, I don't think it's that healthy either to have a bunch of sugar, right? If you can process it, then by all means do it. I think I'm around that time where maybe I need to watch out. I mean, I can still like, my metabolism is not that bad, but I don't want to mess around anymore. You know what I mean? I did add lemon too. The sugar wasn't to counter the sour, I guess. It wasn't? Okay, boomer. Hello. Yeah, it is what it is, man. You get to a certain age, and I'm not there yet, you know, but I'm close. I'm close. So I don't like being mean to you because you can take it or anything. This feels a bit chunky. Maybe... I think this is better. But maybe I can talk about this while I'm drawing. So on our way today to the ice cream place, we took a taxi, and you know, we got there with the taxi, and the taxi driver was talking, right? As most of the taxi drivers or like Uber drivers want to do, right? They want to talk, they want to engage. Sometimes I'm not in the mood, and I would be like, please don't talk to me. Sometimes I'm in the mood. I actually engaged in the conversation first, and I was like asking like how he's doing in the heat and everything. I think it's nice sometimes to just like check on people, but like sometimes I would be like, please don't talk to me. And so this guy today, he was actually pretty open. I don't think I've ever been with a person or a taxi driver who's like this open about his stuff. And I'm not talking, but because a lot of like cab drivers, they're very talkative, and they would talk about anything. They would talk about their lives and stuff like that. But this guy was talking about his insecurities, and he mentioned how like he's got this thing where he's just like scared, right? He's got this like constant fear, and he talks about like he's got it, right? He's got the cab, he's working, he's got the money, he's got it, but he's scared. One of his insecurities he mentioned where is like he's scared to get his car stolen, which is like a fear that's kind of uncalled for, because a lot of people work the job he does, right? And they don't have that fear. And it's just interesting how he admits that he's got those insecurities. So he's like a person he's not like a person who just like isn't aware of what's wrong with him. Like he he kind of like he says it all, like himself. He was like, yes, I do have this fear. And like he mentioned how like he tries to speak to his sister or his mom and they don't like kind of respond to him, right? They would be like, what are you scared about? Like, don't be scared. That kind of like very unhelpful response. And it's very he also is scared of women, which is I put it in a funny way, but it's not funny. But the reason is because he got married once and then he got divorced, right? So that's like kind of like expected. It's kind of like trauma, and I wonder if like the same thing happens with a car too. And this guy is old, by the way. Like he's old. He's not. He's like middle aged. All right. I wonder if like the same thing happens like with the car. Like maybe he's got like a car kind of story where it's gotten stolen or something like that, right? But yeah, I really loved how like he was not only like open about it, but like he knew what he was talking about too, right? And he talked about like the people around him and how like the people around him are not that nice. Well, I gotta go, but I'll stay in the live. Okay. Thank you for stopping by the way, Pinky. How the people around him is not that nice, and he's like genuinely trying to change his environment, change like how he reacts to things and how, but he's stuck. Like he's stuck with his fear and he doesn't know what to do, right? And this is kind of like what I got now. He didn't say any of that, but like you get the feeling that he knows what's wrong with him, but he doesn't know what the next step is. The thing is, with the older generation, a lot of them would not be interested or would not believe in therapy and stuff like that. So I was like kind of trying to be careful around what I suggest before, suggesting like therapy and stuff like that. So maybe we talked a little bit spirituality a little bit, which he responded to positively. And then I was like, are you open to since I prefaced it with like how important it is to actually talk to someone, since he wasn't able to talk to like the closest people to him. Right? So I prefaced it, but like you need to, I think it would be good. It's not like you need to, but yeah, I don't think it would be good to have like somebody to talk to. And he mentioned how like he, for example, talked to us, or he would talk to other people, other passengers that are open to talking about this type of stuff, right? But maybe that would help, but also at the same time, like maybe I think a person who you can talk to constantly would also be a good option. And this is where I kind of like try to introduce the idea of therapy, which I think he was, and not that I think he was open to. He was kind of like skeptical about the thing where where basically the doctor would give you medicine or would give you pills, right? And he's since he doesn't know, I feel like this is something that where a person doesn't know, right? Because you can go to someone to talk to, and it's not just like all about pills. So maybe a little bit of an education there, and I kept thinking about him, right? And it's just like, you can have it all, man. You can have it all. And you hear about these stories about like all these like, I don't know, entrepreneurs and rich people and stuff like that, and they have it all but they're not happy, and we hear these kind of stories all the time. But like, I don't know, it's different when you hear it from experience or when it's just like a conversation. Damn, this jaw is large. And also it makes you think, like, you can have it all, man, and still be unhappy. And so, yeah, so I also felt like some sort of attachment to the world, right, from him. Bro got chompers, yeah, man. Right, I think attachment to the world is a big thing. I feel like I still have like that attachment to the world too. And I guess you don't quite have it all if you're unhappy. Yeah. Attachment to the world and maybe, I guess, fear of it at the same time. So it's kind of like a tricky spot where you're like attached to the world, but you're scared of it. And so women is part of the world, right? And women, like, you get married, especially in that age, you'll be pretty happy, right? It's women or worldly things, let's say, right? But at the same time, he's scared of it because he went through an experience once and it wasn't pleasant. And it's just like interesting to see how like our experience can influence us greatly, right? And influence, like, basically dictate the rest of our lives potentially, right? Be it good or bad, right? And honestly, I've been looking into spirituality recently, and not just like from the lens of like religion or the Abrahamic religion or stuff like that, but like from the kind of like experiences of people overall, or the experiences of people who identify with being spiritual, right? And spiritual, when I say spiritual, I don't push religion to the side, right? Like, to me, spiritualism, religion is included. And yeah, one weird thing is a lot of people kind of like from different religions or from different experiences share this kind of like peace or connectedness or love, right? Regardless of their experience, right? Or regardless of like their belief. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. I've seen like one interview where it was mentioned how like the community aspect of religion, we're talking religions now, or actually no, even other practices, is like a big part of, you know, the peace that would be introduced, right? So this peace that you would feel, maybe it's not necessarily that special, right? And I think you did share a video like that once, Derpy, about this guy. He was talking about Christianity, I think. I'm not sure if this is like what I'm talking about exactly, but yeah. However, I don't think it stops there. I don't think it stops with community aspects. I think there's more to it. I think I know the video. It was like about having spaces environments for introspection or something. Yeah, it was like this dude talking somewhere. It's just like a vertical video. But yeah, I think yeah, you got it. Okay, how can we make this a little bit more delicate? Maybe even like female-like. Because this is too much. Okay, I like that. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Hi, welcome. Can we make the jaw a little smaller? I have a YouTube channel. Good, that's good. Okay. I really like your art. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm trying to do these like realistic kind of like heads these days. And I feel like it's working out. It's not bad.